Hello, premium subscriber. You are welcome back to Larbi Premium Educational Consult. Today, too, we are looking at practical question on correction of errors and then the suspense account. So, if you are new on this channel, kindly consider by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. Thank you. So, let's get straight away on to what we have for today. So you are welcome back once again. Right, so there's a question that you can see on the screen. I'm reading. The balance sheet of Indabo Enterprise indicated that the enterprise made a net profit of 497,000 for the year ended 31st March 2001. However, the liability side of the balance sheet showed a suspense account balance of 49,000. Subsequent checking on the records revealed the following: a check of 260,000 Ghana cedis for the purchase of new display stand on 31st March 2001 had been incorrectly entered in the shop fittings account as 200,000 Ghana cedis. A credit note from TC Ghana Limited for 60,000 has been entered correctly in a return outward book but had been posted to the TC account TC Ghana Limited as 66,000. Bank charges of 21,000 appeared in the cash book but had not been posted to the bank charges account. An invoice of 139,000 for the goods sold on credit to Kenyan's Enterprise had been correctly entered in the sales book but had been entered in the Kenyan's Enterprise account as 193,000 cedis. Last transaction. The debit balance of 223,000 on Team's account on 31st March 2001 had been carried down as 253,000 included in the trial balance at that figure. So that is what has actually been done. So you are required to A. Make a journal entries to correct the errors detected. Then 2. Write up a suspense account to clear the difference in the books. Then lastly, prepare a statement showing the revised profit for the year ended 31st December 2001. So that is a requirement of the question. So let's get started. Alright, so that is what we just read. So we are going to go through how we go about solving it, right? Sure. So the first transaction, they said a check of 260,000 for the purchase of new display stand on 31st March 2001 had been incorrectly entered in the shop fittings account as this. Remember, this purchase of new display stand is an asset. That is the shop fitting account, right? The shop fitting, surely. Which should have been entered as what? 260,000 as an asset. It should have been entered as 260,000. Though the correct entry has been made at the bank column, at the credit side of the bank column as 260,000, but they made, instead of them making the same 260,000 at the debit side of the shop fitting account, they recorded what? 200. So what is happening here? One part of the account has been reduced, right? So here it becomes what? A single-sided error, because the correct entry has been done on one side, but the other has been been reduced instead of posting the correct figure. Okay, so here it can be an undercast casting errors, single casting errors. I hope that is clear. So here all I will do is find the difference. So the difference between the 260,000 and that of what the 200 will give me was 60,000. Okay, but remember, because they are in thousands, so I've had these thousands at the top here. So I'm going to write the first 2 or 3 digits. The numbers that comes after the zeros that are behind the number. That's what I'm going to write. Okay, so here instead of writing 60,000 here, I'll just write 60 to know that we have 4 thousands at the top. You can also use that output to do that. You also make the work simple. I hope that is clear. So here I'm going to record what the 60, because short account here the asset has been reduced, so you need to add back to it so that you get to know the value of the asset. So I'm going to have here shop fittings. I'm going to have here shop fittings account. I'm going to record 60,000, right? So 60. Okay, then I'll count, because it was made on one part of the account. The rest, or the difference, which is 60, will go toward the suspense account. Which is what? 60. And I hope that is clear. So anytime there is a single-sided error, they are corrected using the general and the suspense account. So when you go to the suspense account, you are going to record 60 at the credit side of suspense account in the name of shop fittings. I hope that is clear. So that is the A part. Then let's move on to the B. A. So always after that, you must give us a narration. You tell us that what is the narration here? Shop fittings undercast now corrected. So shop fittings undercast corrected. So once it's undercast, you have corrected it. So that will be all. I hope that is clear. Alright, so let's move on to the B part. B. They are saying that a credit note from TC Ghana Limited for 60,000 has been correctly entered in the return output. You see, but has been posted to the account of TC Ghana Limited as for 60,000. So here, there is one correct entry in the return output book, but they fail not to make a correct entry or a correct figure entry in the TC account. So what is happening? You're going to find a difference. The difference is what? 6,000. Right? Remember, that of TC Ghana Limited is our creditor. So you sold goods to us on credit. So you sold certain goods to us, but when we check, it didn't meet our requirements, so we'll be sending it back to him. So when we send it back to him, we're going to debit TC account and credit what? And credit our return out to us book. So what shows that you have credits our return out? They need to send us a credit note so that we can also verify that actually our account has been credited with them. So that's what they send. They send that of 60,000, but instead of you making the posting at 60,000, it was actually posted in TC account 66. So all that you need to do here is find the difference. Once you find the difference, since once we are sending the goods, it was being received by TC, right, which should have been 60 and not 66. What happened here is that the TC debit side account has been increased by 6,000. So you need to remove that figure from it, but the correct entry has been made in the return outpost book. I hope that is clear. So that's what you need to do. You remove that 6,000 from the TC account. So if the debit side has been overcast, you're going to credit it with what? You're going to credit TC account with 6,000 so that you remove it. Then the difference will be happening in the suspense account, saying this was done on one part of what? The account. I hope that is clear. So I'm going to have here suspense account. I have here suspense account of what? 6. So I have the zeros here. Then here TC Ghana. So TC Ghana Limited is what? 6. And I hope that is great. Alright, so after I have your narration, TC Ghana Limited account overcast corrected. Now what's corrected? That is all. We are done. Then let's move on to the C part. C. They are saying that, let's see, bank charges of 21,000 appeared in the cash book but had not been posted to the bank charges of the account. So here you see they have there was a bank charges, right? Bank charges and expense. Can be that the organization was running a current account with the bank, and once the bank provide them with service, they didn't charge them this interest, right? These are bank charges, right? So here they have recorded in the cash book or a bet, fail not to be recorded in the bank charges account. So it becomes a single-sided error, where one part of the entry has been made, but the other part fail not to be made. Alright. So how will you go about this approach? All that you need to do is just to record the part that wasn't recorded, then the difference will be taken care of by a suspense account. Bank charges and expense. So all expenses have a debit balance. So I'm going to record it at the debit side of the bank charges. So here bank charges. Bank charges account. So it's 21. So I'm going to record here 21. Because of the zero at the top here. Then the difference will be taken care of by suspense account, which is 21. So bank charges omitted, the single entry, right? Bank charges omitted, corrected. So you have corrected it. Bank charges omitted, now corrected. Let's move on to D part. I hope the understanding is clear. It's very simple, right? So the D part is saying that an invoice of 139,000 for the goods sold on credit to Kenya's enterprise has been correctly entered in the sales deal we see, but it has been entered in the Kenya's enterprise account as 193. So which type of error is this? We are having 139, but it has entered as 193. Which type of error is that? So this one is a single transposition. They have made a correct entry as 139 in the sales day book, but instead of recording the same figure, they interchange the position of the 3 and the 9. So it becomes a single transposition error, which form part of the single-sided errors. I hope that is clear. So here, all I need to do here is anytime there's a single-sided error, they are corrected using the general and the suspense. I hope that is clear. So I'm going to take the difference between 139 and 193, and I hope what will be the difference is the difference will be, I think, going to 54. So once you get the difference of 54, what you need to do with the 54. So once you have gotten the 54, okay, this is what you're going to do. Since Kenya Enterprise was the one receiving the goods, all things being equal, his account going to be debited. So meaning that his account has been debited with an amount in excess, which is 54. So in summary, his account has been overcast by 54, which is at the debit side. So for us to remove it, what we need to do, we need to credit Kenya's enterprise account, so that the difference will go to the debit side of the suspense account. So we're going to have here suspense account of 54. I hope that is clear. Then here you have Kenya's enterprise account, so that we remove that 54 from the debit side of Kenya, because it was overcast. I hope that is clear. So overcast, now corrected. Narration, overcast, now corrected. Overcast, now corrected. Overcast, now corrected. I hope that is clear. All right, then let's take the last part, which is the E, sorry. It says the debit balance of debit balance of 223,000 on Team's account on 31st March 2001 has been carried down as 253,000. So this one also a single-sided error. Remember when we were talking about the account balances omitted, here they have already even brought it today, but just that they didn't record the actual figure. They recorded an amount greater than the actual figure. So here you're going to find the difference. The difference will be 223,000 compared with 253,000. We're going to get 30,000. Okay, so since it was at the debit side of the Team account and which has been overcast, all right, all I need to do is to credit credit team's account so that to remove the 30 from it, and the difference will go to the suspense account or debit. So we're going to have a suspense. I hope everything is correct. Alright, suspense account. Going to have here 30. Then team's account. Going to have here 30. So here to be the same overcast, right? Going to have what? Overcast. Overcast. Now corrected. Now corrected. I hope that is clear. Alright. So that will be for the general part. So let's go to the suspense account. So there's the suspense account here, right? For Nebo Enterprise. So here we are going to first of all look at for the if you have any difference in suspense. I think automatically going to have anytime in suspense you're going to have a difference from the trial balance. And you are saying that however the liability side of the balance sheet showed a suspense account balance of 9,000. So here I can also indicate here the zeros at the top here, right? So once you heard of liability, meaning that the suspense was having a credit balance, it's a liability, right? So the difference was at the credit side of the trial balance, which was brought to the liability side. So if also at the debit side, it's one part of the asset side. So take note. So here I'm going to record balance brought forward, or I can also record a difference in trial balance. So here is what? 9. I hope that is clear because the zeros are on top here. So 9. So you come back to your journal. All those having suspense as part of it, what the entry you put them whether it's a debit or a credit. So here first one you're having suspense of 60. So you're going to credit suspense account in the name of short fittings. So short fittings of what? 60. Then we come to B. TC also having a short fittings, so suspense of what? 6. So you're going to debit in the name of what? TC, which is what? 6. Then we come to, so here order when you see suspense, then you come and make the arrangement. Bank charges. So suspense was credited, so we're going to credit in the name of what? Bank charges. As well 21. Then we have another one, D, suspense Kenya's Enterprise, but the word here was debited, so you're going to have Kenya's Enterprise, which should be what? 54 at the debit. Then E to also be at the sales side, team, debit side of suspense account, so team, which is what? 30. So once you are done, you expect on the day your balance for debit and the credit should be what? Equal. So once they are equal, it means all the errors have been properly reviewed and what? Corrected. I hope that is clear. So let's do that. So when I computed for the debit side, I had what? 90. Then credit side also have what? 90. So meaning that all the errors have been correctly investigated and what? Correctly what? Has been corrected. Corrected so that it has been not agreeing. So anytime you're able to review all the errors and do it properly well, your suspense account at the end of the day will close and both the debit and credit side will be in agreement. I hope that is clear. So let's move on to the profit side. So these are statements of the revised profit. So here you must first of all look out for the profit before what? Correction. So profit before what? Revision. So then that one too was what? 50. That's 5,497,000. So I'm going to record here 5,497. That will be the first thing that I'll be doing. And after that, I'll come to the journal. We said that to correct what? Or to make revision a profit, all the items in the income statement from the previous video, we have given all an inspiration there so you can check and watch. The links are in the description section of this video, you can check. We said that for you to make revision or correct the profit, all the information pertaining to the income statement should be used to make that adjustment. And we did brief, intensive or comprehensive details about that. I think that was the second part of this video. But yeah, I think third part, so you can check in. The links are in there, right? So here, let's look at it. Short fittings. Is it part of the income? No, unless there was a depreciation. That's where you talk about. There's no depreciation. Then you have TCA creditor. It shouldn't be part. Then bank charges is a current expenditure, right? Or recurrent expenditure, it should be part of what this. So I'm going to record. And remember, the bank charges was what? Omitted, meaning that our expenses, if this should have been included as part of the expenses, but you have omitted it. So therefore, you should have paid this as part of the expense as 21, but we didn't what? Actually paid. So meaning that our profit will be what? Increasing. Because it should have taken that 21 from the profit side, you should have get what? An amount that is lower than what we actually have in here, which is 5,497. So here, since the bank charges is an expense that will, once we omit it, going to increase profit. All that we need to do to correct it, you need to what? Subtract it. I hope that is clear. So I'm going to subtract it. Bank charges. Bank charges. So here is our profit before what? Correction. Our balance for the profit. Can I say balance profit? For the profit. So I'm going to record here bank charges. Bank charges. Bank charges of what? So I'm going to subtract, because it increased our profit. So expense each, I should have taken care of it. It wouldn't have increased our profit. So I'm going to subtract from here, which is 21. So once I do that subtraction, put a bracket here, the total. So when I subtracted, I had what? 5476 as my revised what? Profit for the period. So this should be the correct profit that you should have reported. And because of the errors, we couldn't able to report this error. So we have corrected it. So that is how it should be. So this is generally how these correction for suspense accounts are basically treated when it comes to the practical side. And I hope everything was clear. So kindly take your time and go through all the steps. If you don't get anything, comment below in the comment section. Then I can give a response to that. If you also have anything that can help to make us to improve upon a video that you're doing to help you academically, you can also make recommendations and suggestions so that we can help you out and build a better community on Larbi Premium education. So thank you once again for watching this video. So kindly go ahead, if you're a new subscriber, if you're a new member, subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. So I will see you in the next video where we discuss the question 2 of this. Thank you. Bye bye.